Hey guys, so I didn't know if I really wanted to do this because it's a sensitive subject, but since getting back from the military and getting out in November, I've had a series of just really difficult things that I've been going through mentally, um, and just going straight into it. It's been a whirlwind with depression and anxiety, and while I noticed I had little bouts of it in the service. I didn't think anything of it. I went to um I was fortunate enough that when you're in the service, you have TRICARE and you can go see a therapist whenever you want for free. So I did go see a therapist when it was happening, and it happened for like, I don't know, I saw a therapist for probably no more than like 3 months, and I felt like I was able to get over what was really affecting me. Um And then I came back to Colorado. And while it's been magnificent, and I know all of you see everything that happens on my social media, like, I go hiking all the time and I do my best to just, really live life, but it's been so hard. Um, I went back to school and I was doing really well. And then COVID hit, and that was just, I mean, everybody had a hard time with COVID. Um, but I went from 5 years where everything was completely structured. Like, I didn't have to guess what I needed to wear every day. I knew what I needed to wear every day. I knew where I needed to be. I knew what time I needed to be there. I knew what I needed to be doing at that location when I got there. So to go from working all the time and always knowing where I'm supposed to be to actually having to make my own decisions, like, it doesn't sound like a big deal, but when you don't do that for 5 years, it's a very big deal. Um, I was doing really well with being able to go to school and having a schedule that I made out for myself, and I was very excited about it. And then COVID happened, and all of a sudden that kind of put a stake in some plans. And then I ended up having a relationship that didn't work out too well. Um, and things just started to spin out for me. Like, there was a trigger somewhere there that I just can't control and couldn't control. And I found myself having anxiety attacks in the middle of the night, waking up at 2, 3, 4 in the morning and just not being able to go back to sleep, feeling like my whole body was on fire. And it just got worse and worse. Like, it started in June and I just continued to spin out. And I don't share this to share my dirty laundry. I share this to give people hope if you're going through this, and know that it happens, especially with veterans. Like, I've talked to so many vets about this, and you may not have gone to war. Like, they make it seem like you have to go to war and get limbs blown off and whatnot to have a hard time after the service. No, it's hard for anyone that gets out of the service, whether you were in for 6 months or 6 years. It's going to be hard to get out. It's going to be a transformation period that you just did not know that you were going to go through. Mentally, your mind just doesn't know how to deal with it most of the time. And unfortunately, I couldn't just, go straight to work because of COVID and like continue my life and have a packed out schedule. But within that, like, while I say it's unfortunate, it's also very fortunate because I was forced to get a psychiatrist and get a therapist and really figure out what my issues were and the things that I've been so busy that I've been bearing all of it underneath the rug for years. Like, I've never had time to acknowledge any of it, and now I'm having to do that work. So just recently, about um I want to say I'm on day 5. So 5 days ago, I started Lexapro, which is a an SSRI, um, basically an antidepressant, um, that is supposed to help with your mental health. The thing is, it takes a while to kick in. It takes anywhere from like 2 to 6 weeks to kick in, and the side effects are crazy. Uh, I believe day 1, I took it and knocked out for a couple of hours. Day 2, I took it and was at a friend's house, and she looked at me and she was like, wow, you look really sleepy. I was exhausted. I knocked out at her house and thought that it would be okay. The next day I woke up and I had a full-blown, like, depressive episode. And I don't think of myself as somebody that has depression, but it was definitely a depressive episode. I've never felt so low. And the last couple of days have just been really hard. But I know I just need to get over the hump. And if I don't get over the hump with this, then there's other meds that'll help. And I will continue to go to therapy and continue to really seek myself on this journey and figure out what's going on, what the deeper causes are. If you're having trouble with depression or anxiety or any mental health related things, don't feel ashamed of going and seeking the help. Like, you're the only one that can help yourself. I'm not even gonna lie, like, during these last couple of months, I have felt like such a burden to everybody around me. And that's hard. That's hard. But you're gonna need your support system when life just seems to fall to shit. And it happens. It happens for a lot of us, whether we want to admit it or not. So, also wanted to let you know that if you need resources or anything that I can help you with, feel free to reach out to me. Still kind of having a hard time. So as far as the social aspect of things, I can't really expect myself to be there for people socially right now, which is crazy because, you know, I'm Miss Social Butterfly, but just doing what I can for myself. But if you need any help along any other lines, I am more than willing to help and support you in that. All right, guys, I'll give you another update sometime soon. All right, have a good weekend.